Before we get started, just some notes from legal so I can use dollar numbers and things like that today. It's basically saying that you all seen this probably before. Income figures, results displayed here are not typical. Extraordinary results, considered to be exceptional results by talented individuals and companies. Some facts that most people actually do not make money with affiliate marketing. Average earnings are low, and any business venture, most people actually fail. So by being here today, listening to me, reading these slides, you agree that hold myself, my company, not liable for any decisions made by you, any information given to you, or any outcome derived from such. That was a cool start, wasn't it? But with that out of the way, let's get going. Who's here today? So let me start by myself. My name is Ola Edvardsson. It's a weird name, I know. Blame my parents. I'm from Sweden, but I've been in the US for about 7 years now, and I have a company called Performancy. Some people may know about us, some people don't. But let's figure out who you guys are so I can skew this a little bit towards who's here. How many of you are so-called affiliates or publishers? Please raise your hands. All right, cool. How many of you are advertisers, meaning you have your own affiliate program on a network or something like that? Great. All the network guys, sales reps, affiliate managers, CPA networks, anyone? Okay, there are some. And is that all? Any traditional merchants? Fantastic. All right. So it's a little bit of a mixed crowd. So the good part is that today's session can be applied pretty much to both sides of the fence, I would say. We're going to keep it a little bit of a high level to start with. How many of you guys actually remember the first time you saw an affiliate program? Like literally someone showed you, like this is what affiliate marketing is, this is an affiliate program. Please raise your hands. I remember the first time. It's like some first times you always remember, and this is one of them, because that was back in 1998, and a guy, I was over here in the US back then, and a guy showed me this company called Linkshare. You might have heard about them. And they were one of the first networks, and they had all these like big brands signed up, and I was so excited because what you could get back then is this was in the height of the boom area, and a lot of people used these affiliate programs just to put in Ramnet ad space. So it looked like you had a bunch of advertisers. Still a pretty good strategy, actually. Here's why I love affiliate marketing, why I'm here today, and 10 years later, I'm still active in the space. First of all, it's pretty amazing that we have access to existing products and services to promote. Because a lot of times when you start a business, it's a lot of hurdles. You got to find something to do. You got to find a product to create, all that good stuff. Plus, you can get to market pretty quickly. And as a publisher, you have very limited fulfillment and customer service responsibilities. You might get the occasional customer service email where you can direct to the actual advertiser. But a lot of times you don't need to have a bunch of staff answering phones. And you don't need any large capital. As we all know, most affiliate programs don't require any application fees, things like that. Another reason why I love this is that the nonlinear income, meaning it's not always related to the hours you spend. And how many of you have a job in here? Wow, it's a lot of people who don't have jobs. Great. I haven't had a job since 1995, except being self-employed. And the funny part about affiliate marketing is you put in a campaign that's working, it's still working. I'm standing right here, and all our campaigns are up and running, and they're still making me money. I just got to love it. Also, the small guys can still compete with the large guys. A lot of people predicted that when affiliate marketing became more mainstream, that all these giants would come in, and there's going to be like huge publishers, the portals. I mean, they're all in the game, but at the same time, the playing level, especially when you're looking at search, is pretty level. I mean, the small guys can still compete with the large guys, which is fantastic. And obviously, the affiliate marketing space is comparatively small space. I mean, we got 3,000 people here, but a lot of times it's you go to some of these shows, you make a lot of friends, and I mean, I see people here that I've known for almost a decade, so it's pretty cool. All right. Here's the cool part what's going on, is that you don't really have to be big to make it big. If you look at the industry, it's primarily on the publishing side, it's really small teams to make quite a bit of coin. I mean, we're talking 1 to 10 people. I would say it's the normal size for a pretty successful publishing company right now. And what we've seen last year is that some of these sites and one-man operations actually got bought and acquired for pretty high sums of money that you wouldn't expect for a guy that has a website or a blog. So let's start with some stuff. What many are missing right now is the one thing when I sit in my chambers, when you got those, okay, I'm really going to sit down and think really hard about what I think, is a lot of stuff going on in the affiliate space is really short-term. It's where most people fail. Because they kind of just think in terms of which campaign is hot right now, which offer I'm going to run on my site. And when I talk to people that I consult with and I train, a lot of them get stuck in some sort of like affiliate day trading. It's sort of like they sign up to some CPA networks to get their affiliate manager pitching the hot offer of the week. And I don't blame the affiliate managers because that's their job. But it's not, a lot of times it's not in the best interest of the publisher to do that, because what you got to do is you got to think long term. And when I say long term, I don't mean like a decade plan or anything like that. But if you're just thinking about the next month, you probably don't have the right strategy in place. You got to look at least a couple of years. Build up a long-term site and a real website that someone actually can buy down the road. And usually what we see is 2-3 years, and you actually have some real traction. If the site is making money after a couple of years, it can be sold. So let's look at the 2 sites that I thought was the coolest in terms of buyouts last year. The number one is this guy started back in 2003, and he got into the credit card vertical, which is one of those verticals that always been popular. I've been managing programs myself in it, and he started fairly late, actually, 2003. A lot of the old sites started back in, I would say, 2000, 2001, so it was not like a mystery that credit card offers were profitable. But he decided to do a site and worked a lot on search engine rankings. And just a couple of months ago, this is creditcardguy.com, which is one of those compare credit card offer sites. And the guy got sold for $32 million in cash. That's pretty good for a credit card comparison site. Very good, actually. Another guy started in August of 2006. He just had a WordPress blog that he started posting stuff about credit cards, bank accounts, and money market accounts. And did a little bit of optimization, but a lot of times it's just a blog that kind of grew. It took a little bit of time. You can see his traffic patterns if you and there's no secrets on the web. You can always look at what the history is of a site. And it's just a matter of blogging away. It's a 23-year-old guy that started this site right out of college, sitting in his apartment in California, and did this part-time. And he also got bought, $12.4 million cash. Obviously, we don't know the revenues of these sites, but I think it's very high multiples likely. This was bankrate.com, which is one of those public, they're in the same space. They spend a lot of money. Good timing for these guys, too. If you look at when they were bought, it was in September. And there's something happening in October in the United States, which is a credit crunch. So the vertical is probably having its worst quarter ever right now because all the credit card companies are cutting back. Here's the cool part. Both of these sites are one-person operations. You don't need a big team. You can actually do it alone from home. And you can get bought. And I haven't seen these types of buyouts before, but I love seeing them because it really goes to show that if you work at it and you think long-term, you might have something going. You might not be bought for $12 million, but someone might buy your site for $20,000, $40,000, a couple $100,000, who knows. What do you guys think? It's pretty cool, isn't it? All right, so what are we going to look at today? We got, I'm going to start with a couple of formulas that we use, what I call affiliate marketing success formulas. We're going to look at long-term affiliate marketing, how you position your company for the long term. We're going to look at traffic strategies. A lot of these are evergreen, but there's also some current stuff going on right now that you guys want to know about. We're going to look at conversion, which obviously is really important, making the first sale. And then we're going to see how you can make even more money by selling more stuff. Here's the classic internet marketing formula. Everything I do always goes back to this. This is where I always start with a client. This is always how we divide stuff to begin with. And obviously, this exact word is from one of my close friends and mentors, Declan Dunn. I got to give him credit for this one. And it's existing traffic plus effective conversion equal net profits. Really simple, isn't it? But if you stick to this, you're actually going to make profits. So let's look at it. Existing traffic. It's really, I would call it, I say hard here, it's hard to create traffic from scratch. Because there's got to be some sort of demand flow happening. There's got to be some traffic flows out there already. So what you want to do is you want to identify these existing traffic flows and put your offer in front of them. So basically, if you just have a website and not like multi-million-dollar budgets to do TV ads and all that good stuff and just start creating demand, better to tap into existing demand. And that's why one of the reasons why we see all CPA networks that everybody has a network these days, because most people are not really that good at creating traffic, but what they're good is putting their traffic offer in front of existing traffic. Affecting conversion. Likely most of you guys know this, but it's a very simple rule. If you go to a page and you send someone there, if you don't make it abundantly clear, like not even talk to me like I'm a 7-year-old, my 3-year-old kid should figure out what he needs to do. Like, Daddy, I need to fill out the form to the right, okay? He has to understand. You shouldn't distract people. Make one single, clear, distinct path to what you want them to do. It should be so no-brainer that my 3-year-old can do it. So a couple of things that I know a lot of you guys probably spend a lot of time creating traffic and not enough time on conversion. So I'm just going to share sort of like my own brain jogging thing when I look at a campaign, when I write instructions for copywriters, and just sitting in my chamber. I always have this, what I call the why system. And it's very simple. It's just a question why. Because if you can answer the question why all throughout a sales cycle, all throughout a sales process, you're onto something. Because that's how we all react when we come to a page. Like, why am I here? What do you want me to do? And why should I do it? So the first question is always, give me a reason why. Why should I click? If you don't give them a reason to click, they're not going to click. If it's like, get cash back, limited time offer, click here to get discounts, whatever it might be, or whatever, you gotta have a reason for them to click. Why should I buy? Why should I buy from you is an even better question. Because a lot of times you come to a page on the internet and you just see a product. There's no reason to buy it from the specific merchant or affiliate, but it's like, okay, here it is, and click here to buy now. So give them a reason to buy, even if it's a coupon, special offer, bonuses, whatever you could come up with. But you got to have a reason to actually create that action. And obviously, the even more important question is, why should I buy more? Because this is one of the biggest, I wouldn't call it a secret, but one of the biggest things that people miss is you sell too little stuff. You got to sell more stuff to more people. And if you get a customer in, it's the most expensive transaction you create for a company. New customer acquisition is really, really expensive, which is why affiliate marketing has always been a pretty hot channel, because normally it's best in class. But what you want to do is to create even more transactions. Here's my turbo formula. It's very simple, but it's also a mind shift that you go through when you apply this in your head, is just give buyers what they already want. How many of you have done sales in terms of like physical sales, going knocking door to door or standing at a county fair trying to sell your cookies or whatever? Anyone done that? That's a really good experience to have. I've done door-to-door sales. I've done telemarketing all throughout my youth until I graduated and get out of school and all that good stuff. But always been into sales. And the best situation, the people who have done this knows, is when someone just grabs stuff from your table, or when you knock on someone's door, oh yeah, I want that. When you know you have a hot product, that's the best feeling in the world. I mean, I recalled as a kid, I just had all these posters outside a famous Swedish artist was on tour, and he'd come to my town, and we had some posters. And I was just a kid standing outside, and this guy was pretty, it was an older crowd. Think of it as like the Frank Sinatra of Sweden or something. So I get all these like 50 to 75-year-olds coming out of this thing, and they totally mobbed me. Like, they dragged them out of my hands. And I sold out like a couple of hundred posters in like 10 minutes or something. It was amazing. I had some of the stole posters from me, actually. It was kind of weird. And I always remember that experience that if people already want something and you become more of a concierge and help them, guide them to a purchase, you're really onto something. So what does that mean? Well, if you're a publisher or if you're a company looking to sell things through the channel, you want to target products and services that are in strong demand. Products that people already know that they want, and products that have less need for persuasion and conversion. Because it's actually there's a lot of work to persuade someone that had no intention of buying something when they woke up this morning and come into a page and then say, okay, I'm going to give this guy my credit card and trust him and have him ship it to me. So as an affiliate marketer, the low-hanging fruit is always something that this is something I want, this is something I'm searching for, and who's going to help me buy it? And I might have some questions, like the why questions, but I'm ready to buy. I talked to my wife, we're going to sign up for Company X today. Here's another thing when you do these why exercises in your head, is if you focus in a conversion process on the shopping experience itself, you're going to find some interesting test results. The compulsive shopper secret is that many people actually enjoy the actual buying experience more than when they get the product. I mean, we all seen people like spending too much money on QVC and get stuff that they don't want. But I think all of us can recognize the feeling when we go out to the mall and buy a new computer or whatever we might buy, that the buying experience is really exciting. Online is the buy it now button. People actually get excited hitting that buy it now and buying. So where are these buyers? Well, they're a little bit of everywhere, but here are four ways to look at it. First of all, of course, they're on the search engines, and they normally type in the actual product name, the brand name, model numbers, reviews is another good one. If I let you look at our in-house keyword list, you're going to see a lot of these in there. There are also blog readers a lot of times, because blogs have a tendency to generate a lot of indirect sales. Because a lot of times people like to follow someone, and whenever they recommend something, they already know that they want it. Email list subscribers are also good. I see less and less of this. I see the big emailers out there with the consumer freebie offers, but there's a lot of small email lists out there that have very loyal subscribers that is worth targeting. And one of the big ones that most people don't do is purchasers at other websites. People who already buy stuff. Like if I started in any vertical, in any channel from scratch, I would probably just try to tag along with existing other companies and try to complement their products. Because obviously, the best lead is someone who already bought. The infomercial, the direct mail guys always know this, that someone who bought something within the last 30 days in a vertical is very likely to buy from someone else. So obviously you want to use search keywords that target buyers, brand and model keywords, coupon, offer, cashback keywords, localized keywords. When I'm searching for something local, I'm ready to buy. A lot of times. I'm looking for something specific in my area or something like that. You can target blogs and pages with product reviews. It's an arbitrary number. 30 blogs could be 20. But if you get up to, let's say, 20 to 30 blogs in any particular space, you got the influential guys and girls, you start in a corner of that market. You can buy ads on the blogs, you can participate or comment, depending on what you do. But if done right, this is very successful. Here's my favorite one is selling to existing buyers. What you can do is you can cross-sell or upsell in someone else's sales process and just tag along. If you have a complementary offer, or even if you're direct competitors. It's very common in smart industries where direct competitors even share stuff. If someone buys from me, they're going to buy from my friend Jim down the street. So why not just give them an upsell from them if it's a complementary product? Direct communication to existing buyers. make partnerships with other companies. This is being done on a small scale, but also between large corporations that we worked with, and they actually talk to each other. It's obviously a big process, but if you can actually get the actual buyers and through phone, email, or direct mail, you're onto something. All right, long-term success. Here's what you need to do. First of all, pick a market with long-term sustainability. What does that mean? Well, obviously, a market that's going to be around for a long time and not just going to be a fad. Choose quality offers. And it's very, I call it my grandma rule. Is this an offer that I can tell my grandma to go sign up for? Is this a product I can tell my neighbors to go, this is good stuff, you need to buy it? If it's not, it's probably not a good offer. You would kind of agree, right? It's sort of like another way of thinking is, can I be proud and tell my mama what I'm selling? 3, you want to build your own brand website and email list. This is a big one where on the publishing side, most people fail, and this is the biggest breakthrough for most of the people I talk to when they start applying this instead of just doing the affiliate day trading thing. If instead of just running other people's offers and campaigns, if you start building your own brand, your own list, and your own website, you have something that someone can buy down the road. And you can do multiple offers to your list, obviously. And I'm as guilty as anyone else. I confess, as part of a group of people on our team back in the late 90s, early 2000s, where we took our clients, you don't need a big website. You already have one. You're a big brand X, but what we're going to do is we're going to create landing pages, mini sites. We're going to do, we used to call it freestanding inserts, and we used to run millions and millions of pops and just straight landing pages. I got caught up in this myself, and it was kind of like, just do landing pages. Who needs websites, right? And the game has changed in the last, I would say, 3-4 years. I've been thinking more in terms of sites than landing pages. And there's a lot of reasons for that. We're going to talk about Google later, and Google is the main reason, actually. Build a long-term relationship with your audience through email, blogs, and social media. If you don't have an email list, no matter what you do, I really don't think you're tapping into your full potential of your site. And this one is very interesting. It's residual income through continuity programs. We all know as publishers that if someone pays me X, they're making a lot more than X, obviously. Otherwise, they wouldn't pay me in the first place, right? And it's still not a lot of things out there. It's a big opportunity for anyone right now is to have more ongoing continuity payouts. Because there's starting to become like a big trend towards continuity, meaning like you hit someone's credit card every month, and hopefully you honor any cancellations. Some don't. But not a lot of people just trying to create the lifetime value of that continuity customer and then do as aggressive payout as possible. But if you have a quality offer, that you might see retention rates that are fairly high, and you might make a lot more money either having the offer yourself or actually make a residual deal with someone. Get a little bit less money up front. All right, traffic. Free or paid, you always do both. Here's the deal about Google. We all know Google, and I have a very love and hate relationship with Google. I'm sure all of you do. They kind of dictate the current rules for the internet. So right now, this is kind of like what they're saying to us, but they're saying it a little bit behind, you got to look at what they do. First of all, obviously, they like the blogs. Most people know that. If you can add some video to your blogs, they like that a lot. Because it's obvious whenever video results are doing really well on all the search engines right now. And the last one is the most important. Please don't do anything we don't like, and sometimes you don't even know what they don't like. But it's a big one, because you do something that Google doesn't like, you're in trouble. So the blog format rules, search engines love it. Consumers tend to view blogs as more credible, believe it or not. And obviously, blog is a great publishing system. We build, on our publishing side, we build most of our sites with WordPress right now. That's what we use. Because it's simple, quick, you can customize it, and get all these great little widgets you put into your blog. And it's a pretty good content management system. And the blog format rules, anyone seen the fake weight loss blogs? Nope. You see them? What? Oh, are you one of the fake weight loss guys? What? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a lot of people come up with great stuff, and one of in terms of conversion, the only problem with I don't know if you've seen them, it's like whatever female name and then weight loss, and it's a testimonial saying I lost a lot of weight, and if you just buy these 2 offers, you're gonna lose money, lose weight too, and here's my Photoshop pictures, whatever it is. And you know they're probably not real when you have like 40, 50 different URLs and all these names. But they tapped into something in the consumer's way that I don't believe all these ads on TV, but I might believe a blog or someone that supposedly is real and living a real, I'm a real mom in Idaho, or my name is Matt and here's my dog, which is actually one of them. Here's what I've seen lately. This is the one, I was wondering, should I include this slide or not, but I've seen like less is more lately, and this is a current one. We have some of our blogs. We just basically put it up and posted content to it. Normally we do more. We do lots of more optimization techniques, but some of these were just sitting out there, and for some reason they started hitting top 10 rankings. And it's some sort of purity thing going on. This is not confirmed because I got to test more on it. But it's be interested to see if you guys seen the same thing. But it seems to be like some sort of purity thing, where the search engine thinks, oh, this guy is pure. He doesn't do any bad stuff. And they're new. They got some good content, and there seems to be something coming in. Obviously, you don't hit the top terms, but I was impressed to see the traffic level coming in by not doing any optimization at all, basically. It's just an optimized blog. Video rocks. We're moving into video quite a bit right now, looking into it. We use other people's videos a lot, but we're going to start producing our own. For some reason, I don't like myself being on camera, so I'm trying to find people who like to be on camera. But videos are great, especially, here's this one thing we're looking at. I'd be happy to share with all of you. It's product reviews. It's very credible. We all seen the CNET reviews. Whenever you buy a new plasma, I always make sure I read the CNET reviews and see what the guy sending and looking at this cool thing. But also product reviews and videos tend to rank high if you post them on all these aggregators like YouTube and all these other video sites. And not even on your own. You're just trying to tap into the existing traffic that's out there, and you get good rankings. And what you do is you got to use your URL, obviously, to drive to your site, and provide an incentive to go there, obviously. Another thing is don't do anything stupid. Sometimes we don't even know that what we're doing is stupid, but you gotta know if you're trying to outsmart Google, they're normally smarter than you are. Not because they have PhDs and they're all engineers, but a lot of times they are smarter than you because they know the rules for their own engine, and we don't fully know their rules. So right now, my thesis is doing less is more. All right. So here's what we do right now, Q1 of 2009. We blog for 1 to 2 months if we have a new site. We're trying to get an index, get some traffic, but we just don't think in terms of sales. We're just trying to get traffic to it and get some sort of seasoning on it. Obviously, if you have an old domain, you're even better off. Another little strategy we use is Google Blog Alerts, which is a fantastic tool where Google Scout, you can check it out if you haven't done it before, but you type in your keyword that you really want to use, and Google will send you updates, either real time or every day, about other blogs that talk about the keyword and blogs that Google somehow found slightly relevant to the topic. So you don't have to be out there. Google will do the work for you. You can then go and talk and engage and buy ads or just participate in these blogs, and you would just look like you're a lot of people are, wow, these guys are everywhere. So if you want to get into like a sphere of influence, this is a really good thing. Social bookmarking, I can't go into it too much in detail because of time constraints, but obviously it's a big thing. It's been for about a year. Launch on MSN and USA, MSN and Yahoo to test paid search. This is primarily because the pros are already on search right at Google right away. But for someone starting out, if you're getting into search, is a good place to start because it's not as hard to work with MSN and Yahoo. You don't get penalized as easily as with Google search. All right, conversion tips. This is probably one of the best slides of today, so pay a lot of attention. Strong brands always convert the best. Believe it or not, people love brands. I love brands. I prefer to work with brands. I prefer to sell brands. I prefer to have brand name clients. So brands always convert the best, in my opinion. Good copy and storytelling. I've always been a wannabe copywriter. I don't write copy myself that much. But what I can do is to tell a copywriter that we're going to focus on a story. Because good copy is always about storytelling. So if you're looking at the fake weight loss blogs, another thing is they actually tell their own testimony and their own story in those blogs. Very powerfully. And if you tell a story about a product, you get immediate interest from your prospects. There's so many examples of this, but a lot of times you just tell people how you make stuff. I love beer, for example, and if you read the best beer copy out there, is always how they make the beer. Like if you read the back of the label or like articles, it's always about how they craft it and what they do, and they get these fantastic malts and hops from everywhere, and like it's all amazing and all that good stuff. And it's interesting storytelling. Another good example of storytelling from the real world, how many of you shop at Trader Joe's? How many of you love reading the Trader Joe's circular whenever you get a hand of it? Because they just take regular food and they just write little blurbs every day. The people who write those circulars are pretty good because they tell stories about where their buyer found this new cheese in Italy or whatever, and we just had to get our hands on it, or this winemaker in Spain or whatever. And you just show up at Trader Joe's like, I got to get that stuff, I got to get that stuff. Testimonials, major reason why people buy. In our space, it's a little bit late to the party, I would say. It's come up, I would say, just in the last 2-3 years, more heavy use of testimonials. But if you want to create a page where it converts, you can just stick like 10, 15 real testimonials on there, and it will probably convert. But word of caution, don't fake your testimonials, because it's actually illegal. And you can either do some time or get fined quite a bit of coin if someone actually trying to mess with you. Focus on the actual buying experience. A lot of times you talk too much about the product, but if we go back to the shopper's secret, that you just love the way you shop, like you create an experience around the event. If it's like a launch thing, if it's like telling people, when you click on this ad, when you go here, this is what's going to happen. You can use video for this. I think I have it in an upcoming slide. I've seen affiliates do this successfully, and most people haven't seen it yet, but it's very cool when, as an affiliate, if you review something, you just take a screenshot and you just show people exactly what's happening when you buy the product. Here's Matt. I'm going to buy my new plasma here from Dell. I like it, whatever. And I'm going on the side. Look at me. Okay, here's the product. Click buy now. I'm putting in my credit card information. I'm so excited. And it really works like crazy. So yeah, great use of video to convert. Showing people how to buy. Pretty much what's going to happen behind the scenes. Because we all wonder what's going to happen after I put in my credit card. What's going to happen on the next page. And a lot of times you have an abandonment. People abandoning your carts in the sales process. And this is a pretty good way of showing it. You buying the product in the video as an affiliate establishes instant social proof. Meaning that as a visitor, I already know that someone else bought this product. I'm not the first guy to buy from this site. Profit boosters. Bundle products. Believe it or not, if people are interested in one product, they might be interested in another one too. Good companies already know this. Amazon is masterful in terms of cross-selling on their site. We're all seeing like people who bought this thing also bought something else. People use iTunes. They have this Genius thing going on right now. I'm not crazy about it myself for some reason, but it's a good use of it where people who like this song likes another song. Upsell straight in the path. We're really on advanced stuff now, but for the pros in the audience, if you upsell straight on the path, you're gonna see more money coming into you. Here's the rule of thumb. If you have a deluxe option to whatever product you have, if you're just selling a product for price X and you don't have a deluxe option, you're leaving so much money on the table because what I see in rule of thumb is 20% of all people in this world, they always want the best. So if you put a deluxe option in together with your product, you're going to see that about 20% of all people that buy are going to take the deluxe option. And obviously, simple math, you're going to make more money. Cross-sell another product, meaning bundle two things together, or if you see someone abandoning something in the cart, hey, maybe this is better for you. Product A, people who decided not to buy product A, decided to buy product B instead. Amazon does this in terms of like, have you guys seen that, where 82% end up buying this product, 17% end up buying another product? Here's another one too. Upsell again after the sale if you can do it. So if someone actually bought and you tried all this stuff, here's what the smart guys do offline. You might get a call if it's a high-ticket item and you can put staff on it. You actually call people before you ship the product. Hey, it's Matt again from company X. I know you bought this, whatever, and just want to double-check that before we ship this, we got this great offer that you can get 2 of these. Do you want me to put another one in the box? And that works really well. Continuity, obviously, if you can put someone on a continuity program and make it easy for them to buy all the time, every month, it's obviously a profit booster. All right, 5 things to remember. Target products and offers that are in demand, that people already want. Help people buy. Because if you're trying to sell someone something, I don't know anyone really who likes sales. I like salespeople, but most people hate salespeople because, but you know what the people really hate? Bad salespeople. Because bad salespeople trying to sell you, good salespeople trying to help you buy. Answer all their why questions. If your page, if your site doesn't convert, it's likely you haven't answered all the objections that people might have about you or your company or your product. Basically, a lot of times, I never fully understood the FAQ thing on the web. Mainly because English is not my primary language. When I started going out surfing in the 90s, I saw this FAQ. I didn't know what it was. But then I realized, oh, that's where all the good stuff that I wanted to know is. So a lot of times you just take a client's FAQ page and make it a sales letter instead, because that's where all the questions are. So it's basically all the questions that they don't answer up front. Help them buy more stuff and repeat the process. It's really that simple. And obviously it's a high-level thing here, but a lot of times it's better for me to start at a high level in a session like this, because you guys already know what's working in your business on a more granular level. But a lot of times it's the big things that can change things around. That's it for today. I'll take any questions from anyone. Start right here.
When we are publishers, we don't have the continuity or the upsell after sale, etc. We lose once we transfer the checkout.
Right.
We lose it to the seller, advertising. How can we build this side of the business?
Okay. Can we get mics? Do we have mics for people when they ask questions so everybody can hear the question somehow? Let me repeat. It's a good question because it's the main, as a publisher, that's always the main thing. The question is, so I send all this traffic away to merchants. I get paid for the initial sale, but since they're already gone from my site, how do I add the continuity? It depends, because sometimes you might be pretty happy getting those initial checks, and you don't want to mess with the system. Because a lot of times affiliates are kind of like traffic signals, where you look for something here, you go there, you buy. But what you do is you do an email list. You try to capture the contact information before you send them away. That's usually something you want to test and see if you can build your own, kind of depending on what's your product normally. Do you want to share or not share?
We give discounts for Broadway shows.
Oh, perfect. You're doing, yeah. You start by having a little coupon offer, or start here. So before people actually buy for Mamma Mia or something, you just put a little box and you start with your own form, and then on the next page you just put the Mamma Mia thing. Super easy. Then you actually have them. You can tag the form too, so you know which shows they've done, and you have someone a little database, and then you'll know. Thank you for going to see Mamma Mia.
But the question is, after we send them to Ticketmaster to buy the tickets,
Right.
basically lose them.
No, but you still have it if you mean to upsell the continuity. It's tricky if you don't have your own product, or if Ticketmaster likely too big to let you get back in the path. I've seen in smaller merchants, you can actually negotiate. So when you're done, the next thank you page is back to me. That's one way of doing it. But I don't have a huge workaround for Ticketmaster size. Sorry. But an email list you would obviously know that if you can track and make sure that you know who bought the Mamma Mia tickets, and then you can obviously target them again. If you're not doing that, that's a good way to go. I'm sure there's also something where Mamma Mia guys likes to go see some other show too, so you can do bundling. Next question over there. Yeah? A market with long-term sustainability. Basically, if when I'm looking at it from a publisher side, if I'm going to go into a vertical, I want to make sure that this vertical is going to be around 3 years from now, and not just be something that is going to be too niche or something very seasonal. So you want to make sure that the whole thing is around. People are always going to want to buy a car, get out of debt, get into debt, find their soulmate. You just got to think about what people always want. Next one. Fresh products? When you say fresh products, like new hot products in a vertical, basically, like, see everybody wants to know where the next cool thing is, right? There's a couple of things. CPA networks are great because they always tell you, and affiliate networks, they always tell you what's selling, actually. They didn't used to back in the day. It used to be like the insiders thing. You got to talk to people, know what's going on. But you can go into any interface, you see new products, and if they're actually converting well, what the average earnings are per click and things like that. You can obviously, sometimes it's very simple. I hear stuff from my friends that I haven't heard before. And if I hear it's sort of like my friend test. If a body tells me, oh, you got to sign up for this new service, that means that it's gone from being something just new, but it's starting to hit some viral things that people actually talk about it. And even better, if you see like a new, another smart thing you can tie into TV ads. If you see like a new product being heavily advertised on TV, you might be able to capitalize. I mean, I see huge spikes from some of our advertisers on the publishing side, because we do two things. We do publishing, and then we do strategy, consulting, business training. But on our publishing side, where we're just being affiliates, whenever I see a huge ad spend going on, we make more money because people, they see a TV ad and they actually go to the web and buy it afterwards. You can look at the trend stuff like Google Trends, all those research things where they tell you like the hot searches, hot products, things like that. But the biggest hits I ever had is when friends tell me about something new. And if it's a new thing from a big brand, it's even better. And those have been some of our absolutely biggest hits. And if my mom knows about it in Sweden, it's probably too big. Then everybody knows about it in the whole world. So that's probably not hot. Yeah?
So my question is this, in terms of the mix, you had mentioned search engine, marketing, pay-per-click, email, blogging, banners on websites.
It's, you said education, right? Leads for schools. Um, well, you can sometimes overanalyze stuff. Let me just start by saying that. But the question was, how do you divide these things up, like channel-wise? They're a little bit different. I think I would agree basically what you just said on like blogs is one beast. Search engine paid versus organic is a big thing where you compare like conversion rates and things like that. Email different, but also like on the email side, you want to segment even further. Like who, just initial prospects, buyers, hyper buyers, meaning people who buy everything you got. I mean, those are obviously the best ones. In your space, conversion rate is one thing, but obviously, I mean, your case is enrollment rates to actual colleges, like when you get the feedback from the advertisers, how many people are enrolled and what's the actual enrollment cost. And I have no clear answer for you what converts better, because I've seen paid search convert better sometimes, I've seen blogs convert better. It's mainly about how the referral takes place. So it's all across the board, to be honest with you. I have two different campaigns, I have two different clients, and some of them might convert better from just blog traffic, some of them might convert better from email. It's more a matter of like, why did someone tell, it's the whole why thing. Why, if you give them a reason why in an email copy to go up and click and do something, it's going to convert better than if just you put a little banner ad in an email, if you know what I'm saying. So it's a multivariable testing thing where it always gets complicated. Sorry for not answering the conversion rate question, but.
Just one little further clarification. Do you see consumer minds of business and consumer education, but generally, is there a difference in conversion rate to sales when you have people doing pay-per-click where they have actively on their own pursuit the product, as opposed to a banner ad or an email blast where they're sort of passive in the process, you've reached out to them and
Huge difference. Question is if someone actually actively searches for something versus if you just engage someone. Yeah, it's a much hard, the conversion, that's a huge difference. I mean, it could be 3, 4, 5, 6 times difference depending on the situation. Obviously, it's kind of like the wake up in the morning kind of thing. If I wake up in the morning and say, today I'm going to find information about colleges because I want to get my degree because I just got laid off from my job. Obviously, I'm totally onto it. But if it's just like a little ad somewhere on TV or in an email list or whatever, I mean, it's kind of like common sense too. So if you don't, you might not even be able to convert them right away. You might just take someone and say, it's a hand raising thing, where you get someone and say, I'm a prospect, and then you educate them. You might require, that's the hard way of marketing. That's what most people do. That's why I did that turbo formula thing for like the so-called quick profits or like the easy profits, better use of words. But the big money, obviously, you want to be able to expand that. So whenever you scale beyond the, we want it now, you obviously got to target the whole market, we want it later, but you got to engage in the process, and it might take you 5, 6, 7, 8 contacts to have someone fill out the form. It depends on the deal. Yes?
Yeah, I got a quick question for you.
Sure.
We deal with like celebrity brands.
Yeah.
So we work with celebrities on products that they use in the beauty industry.
Uh-huh.
Now I hear that with the affiliates, you need like 10 million affiliates to get like 20 to perform. So why would we want to sit there and sign up affiliates and have to manage that whole platform instead of just doing it ourselves? Because then when the consumer signs up, we own the data, so we've got their list, we've got recurring products that they order, we've got upsell products. So why would somebody like us look at an affiliate program and even sign up for it? Because it seems like it's so much work, and you have to put a team in place to manage it.
When you're saying, you mean, why would you actually start an affiliate program?
Yeah, why would we go down that route?
It's a really good question. The question was when these guys, they have a great relationship with celebrity-related products and stuff like that, and they're already doing a good job. Why do we need an affiliate program? And sometimes the answer is no. Maybe you don't want it. Maybe like you're doing so good in your existing efforts that it might not even make sense. Sometimes you'll be able to sell more. There's a lot of traffic out there that you might not be able to reach and buy on your own. And A lot of times you can get a better customer acquisition cost because obviously it's fixed. So you know exactly how much you're paying versus how much you have to go out beat it. A lot of times the affiliates are smarter marketers than the merchants themselves. Most people don't know how to do marketing. I'm still trying to figure out myself, to be honest. And a lot of times the really smart stuff is really people sitting there testing and tweaking. It's like a free research lab for you in a lot of cases. If you can, but I don't think you need 10 million to get 20. You just need to identify a proactive identification process, and you're probably just going to find a target list of 200-300 people, and you might even manage it yourself. You might just want to set up partnerships with these guys. Make total sense for us. Like celebrity, you might have like the top 10 mommy bloggers or something like that. As an example.
Well, how do you find those 300? I mean, instead of going through, a million of them.
How do you find your top affiliates? First thing you look at the traffic stats out there. There's a bunch of services that can just tell you these are the top traffic sites in any vertical. Even better is you go and try keywords on search engines. The top 10 on any given keyword are likely have very good traffic, and you're just trying to contact them somehow. Most people don't. If you actually a lot of times you direct mail them these days if you want to convert them because you don't get their phone number. They don't like to hear from you because they're trying. There's privacy on who is these days, so you'd never know what someone's phone number is. But you can try to mail them through the privacy who is service and get through with that. But a lot of times, you contact them through their site. If they're a good site, a blog, they probably have a contact form or something you use too. So it depends. But the top, that's really what everybody starts to recruit affiliates. You look at who has the search engine traffic or who has like a following into any space. In your case, mommy bloggers is probably really good for celebrity stuff. They buy stuff. Next question. You sure? Oh, there.
Are there any must-haves for the checkout part of the process? You talk a lot about how to buy, creating a shopping experience. You see a ton of different types of checkout. You have, like super zooms. You have some that continue the marketing message. Some that do a great job across that. But is there any sort of must-haves that you should have to make sure you have something that'll take them from quickly buying out to actually using their credit card?
You mean like service-wise? Who does? I wouldn't say any particular service would be a must-have, mainly because a lot of times there's companies that monetize paths for others, and I'm a huge fan of monetizing my own path and have control over it, mainly because the monetization of the path is usually a lead-based thing, and a lot of times you make more money if you're doing leads, you can do it. But the best results are always when you actually have a credit card process. It takes basically a little bit of database work and some tech work to have a checkout process in place. It's a little bit of script writing normally. Most people I've seen do it, they set it up themselves to have the best success. But to get started, it's a great way to test, like the co-reg guys and things like that. I mean, obviously, I would start by doing that to get some results, but I wouldn't name anyone on stage.
In terms of, do you continue the marketing message through the checkout? Do you are doing that, or versus just getting them through the checkout?
Oh, you want to have continuity of the experience. Obviously, that's the problem with a lot of these other services that they're just gonna. It almost like a lot of these that optimize the paths, it becomes like a sort of like a inside pop-up service. For lack of better words, it's like they're just going to pop whatever offer, and they test it based on that, and of course they optimize it on conversion. But if you can keep the actual experience, saying, would you like 2 apples for the price of 1, for lack of better analogy, it works much better, obviously. So you just keep them. You're the one think of it like this: you're the one talking to them. Like you're still like an unofficial spokesperson when you write that copy. So if they're trying to buy something, you can totally turn off people too if you do it in the wrong way. If you're just like, hi, you're not done with your checkout process, and now we're just going to smack you with completely unrelated offer that has no, that doesn't work either. So All right, any more questions? Everybody hungry? All right, we're all good. I'm out of here, and if anyone wants to talk to me, I'll stay around for about 5-10 minutes. And thank you all. Hope you got something out of it. Yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. One more thing. Here's the secret email address. Summit@Performancy that hits me directly, and got a little personal email list I'm actually relaunching. It's just a simple form on this page, and if you do that, you get on my personal email list, and I'm just gonna share more stuff with you. And that's about it. Thanks.